Shukrana Maharaj for this beautiful, blissful, divine satsang. And Shukrana for giving us this opportunity to read as well as listen to Shiv Puran. We will begin with the synopsis of the previous weeks. We read chapter 29 and 30 of Koti Rudra Samhita of the volume 3 of the Shiv Puran. In chapter 29, we read about the havoc that was caused by the Rakshasas of Darukavana. Now, in chapter 29, we read about a demoness. Her name was Daruka, and she was blessed by goddess Parvati. So whenever she would go on land, whenever she would perform sportive pleasures, that land would become fertile and full of trees. So she, along with her husband, began tormenting and harassing the people of Darukavana, and those people sought refuge in Sage Orva. Now, Sage Orva, who was an excellent devotee of Lord Shiva, cursed these demons and said that if the demons would torment the people or kill them, they would die as well. So hearing this, the demons became distressed and sought refuge in Daruka. Also, the gods tried to take advantage of this, so they tried to fight the demons, and the demons went to Daruka. And Daruka told them that they should go to a city inside the ocean and stay safe there. So all the demons, they picked up their belongings and went to their city and lived fearlessly. Now, they would abduct and harass the travelers, and it once so happened that they abducted a group which had Supriya as its leader, who was an excellent devotee of Lord Shiva. So he was such a devotee that he wouldn't eat food before worship of Lord Shiva. So he continued with his worship for 6 months and nobody got to know. Now, once an attendant of the king saw a beautiful form of Shiva in front of Supriya, so he went and informed the king. And the king hastened to that place and threatened Supriya to stop the worship, but Supriya continued. So the king asked the attendants to kill Supriya, but Supriya continued to meditate upon Lord Shiva. Now the delighted Lord Shiva, who was implored, then appeared from one of the crevices along with a temple with 4 doors and his attendants. Now he gave Pashupata missile to Supriya, with which he slayed all the Rakshasas. Now Lord Shiva then again also blessed the Darukavana that Shaiva cult would thrive there, and there will be sages and people of all castes, but no Tamasic people would be there. Now when Daruka got to know about it, she eulogized Parvati and requested her to protect her race. So Parvati, then quarreled with Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva became delighted and asked her what she wanted. Now, when Parvati told Lord Shiva that this demoness Daruka was her own Shakti and they should be allowed to stay in Darukavana, Lord Shiva agreed, and he said that he would also stay in that forest for the protection of his devotees, especially from these Tamasic entities. And he also said that at the end of Kali Yuga, there will be a person named Virasena who will become an emperor just by sight of Lord Shiva. Having this conversation, Shiva and Parvati then became Jyotirlingas. Shiva became known as Nageshwara and Parvati became known as Nageshwari. This concludes the synopsis. Today we will read chapter 31, which is the greatness of Rameshwara. Urvashi Auntie will be reading this chapter in English and Raj Auntie will be reading this chapter in Hindi. Enjoy the readings. Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji.
Jai Guruji, Anantam Shukrana for this divine seva. Chapter 31. The greatness of Rameshwara. Suta said, hereafter I shall explain how the phallic image Rameshwara originated formally. O sages, listen to it respectfully. Formerly, Vishnu, the favorite of the good, took his incarnation as Rama on the earth. O Brahmins, Rama's wife Sita, the daughter of Janaka, was kidnapped by Ravana, the wielder of great Maya, and taken to his abode in Lanka. Searching for her, Rama went to the city called Kishkinda. Having alliance with Sugriva for his benefit, he killed Bali. After staying there for some time, he held consultations with Lakshmana, Sugriva, and others eager to find her out. The Prince Rama sent the monkeys, the chief of whom was Hanumat, to various directions in order to find her out. On getting the crest jewel of Sita, and on knowing from the excellent monkey that she was in Lanka, Rama rejoiced much. O Brahmins, accompanied by Hanuman, the chief of monkeys, Lakshmana, Sugriva, and other monkey chiefs of great might, and a vast army of monkeys, 18,000 billions in number, Rama reached the shores of the southern salt ocean. Reaching there, Rama, the favorite of Shiva, stationed himself on the shore, being served by the monkeys and his brother Lakshmana. Alas, where has Janaki gone? When will she meet me? The ocean is very deep. The army of the monkeys is to be taken across. The Rakshasa of great strength and valor, the uplifter of the mountain Kailasha, has resorted to his stronghold Lanka. His son is Indrajit, the conqueror of Indra. Thus thought Rama in the company of Lakshmana, standing on the shore itself. He was appeased by Ankada and other monkeys. Then Rama, the excellent devotee of Shiva, desirous of water, lovingly spoke to his brother Lakshmana. Rama said, O brother Lakshmana, Lord of heroes, I am thirsty. I desire water. You get some water quickly through some monkey. Suta said, on hearing it, the monkeys ran in all directions. They brought water, bowed to Rama, and standing before him said, the monkeys said, O Lord, at your behest we have brought excellent water, sweet, cool, and refreshing. Please take it. Suta said, on hearing it, Rama was much delighted. With a benign glance at them, he accepted the water offered. When Rama, the devotee of Shiva, took the water and was about to drink it, it occurred to him at the will of Shiva. I have not yet had the sight of Shiva, the great Lord, the bestower of all bliss. How can the water be taken in? After saying this, he drank water and then performed the worship of Shiva's earthen image. He worshipped Shiva, performing all the 16 ancillary services like invocation, etc. with devotion according to the rules obtaining. After propitiating him with obeisances, divine eulogies, etc. strenuously, Rama joyously prayed to Shiva with great devotion. Rama said, O Lord Shiva, O great Lord, always favorably disposed towards your devotees, save me, your devotee, dejected in the mind and seeking refuge in you. O Bhavatarna, one who takes devotees across the ocean of worldly existence. This ocean is very deep. The Rakshasa Ravana is heroic and mighty. The army of monkeys is a very fickle instrument of war. How can my task be achieved, resulting in pleasing acquisition? In that, O Lord of good rights, help must be rendered to me. O Lord, without your help, my purpose is difficult to be achieved. Ravana is your devotee. He is invincible in every respect to everyone. He is haughty due to the boons granted by you. He is a great hero who has conquered the three worlds. O Sadashiva, I too am your slave in every respect, subservient to you. Considering this, you shall be partial to me. Suta said, after praying and bowing to the Lord again and again, he repeatedly loudly, O Shiva, be victorious, and eulogized Shiva. Repeating the mantras and meditating, he performed the worship again and danced before the Lord. With the heart drenched with devotional love, he produced the throat sound. Lord Shiva was much delighted. Assuming the pure form as mentioned and accompanied by all his attendants, Lord Shiva of brilliant form appeared before him immediately. Then, satisfied in his heart with Rama's devotion, Lord Shiva said, O Rama, may there be welfare to you. Mention the boon you wish to have. On seeing that form, they became sanctified. Rama himself, interested in Shaiva cult, performed the worship. Eulogizing in diverse ways and bowing to Shiva joyously, he requested for his victory in the imminent fight with Ravana. Delighted in his heart at Ram's devotion, Lord Shiva said lovingly, O great king, may you be victorious. Securing the blessing of victory granted by Shiva and receiving the permission of the Lord, he prayed again with palms joined in reverence and head bent down. Rama said, O Shiva, if you are pleased, you shall stay here, O Lord, to sanctify the worlds and to render help to the people. Suta said, thus implored, Shiva took up the phallic image named Rameshwara. It is now famous on the surface of the world. It was by Shiva's favor that Rama crossed the ocean soon, killed Ravana and other Rakshasas and regained his beloved. The greatness of Rameshwara became wonderful and unequaled in the world. It yields worldly pleasures and salvation and bestows all desires on the devotees always. He who performs the ablution of Shiva with the waters of the divine Ganga and worships Rameshwara with great devotion becomes a living liberated soul indeed. After enjoying all pleasures here, rare even to the gods, and deriving perfect knowledge in the end, he will certainly attain salvation. Thus has been narrated to you the story of Rameshwara, the Jyotirling of Shiva. It is divine, it destroys the sins of the devotees who listen to it. With this, I conclude chapter 31. Now Raj Aunty will be reading in Hindi. Thank you. Jai Guruji.
अध्याय 31 रामेश्वर नामक ज्योतिर्लिंग के आविर्भाव तथा मातम का वर्णन। सूत जी कहते हैं, ऋषियों, अब मैं ये बता रहा हूँ कि रामेश्वर नामक ज्योतिर्लिंग पहले किस प्रकार प्रकट हुआ। इस प्रसंग को तुम आदर पूर्वक सुनो। भगवान विष्णु के रामावतार में जब रावण सीता जी को हरकर लंका में ले गया, तब सुग्रीव के साथ 18 पग वानर सेना लेकर श्री राम समुद्र तट पर आए। वहां वे विचार करने लगे कि कैसे हम समुद्र को पार करेंगे और किस प्रकार रावण को जीतेंगे। इतने में ही श्री राम को प्यास लगी। उन्होंने जल मांगा और वानर मीठा जल ले आए। श्री राम ने प्रसन्न होकर वह जल ले लिया। तब तक उन्हें स्मरण हो आया कि मैंने अपने स्वामी भगवान शंकर का दर्शन तो किया ही नहीं, फिर वह ये जल कैसे ग्रहण कर सकता हूँ। ऐसा कहकर उन्होंने उस जल को नहीं पिया। जल रख देने के पश्चात रघुनंदन ने पार्थिव पूजन किया। आवाहन आदि 16 उपचारों को प्रस्तुत करके विधि पूर्वक बड़े प्रेम से शंकर जी की अर्चना की। प्रणाम तथा दिव्य स्तोत्रों द्वारा यत्न पूर्वक शंकर जी को संतुष्ट करके श्री राम ने भक्ति भाव से उनसे प्रार्थना की। श्री राम बोले, उत्तम व्रत का पालन करने वाले मेरे स्वामी देव महेश्वर, आपको मेरी सहायता करनी चाहिए। आपके सहयोग के बिना मेरे कार्य की सिद्धि अत्यंत कठिन है। रावण भी आपका ही भक्त है, वह सबके लिए सर्वथा दुर्जय है, परंतु आपके दिए हुए वरदान से वह सदा दर्प में भरा रहता है। वह त्रिभुवन विजयी महावीर है। इधर मैं भी आपका दास हूँ, सर्वथा आपके अधीन रहने वाला हूँ। सदाशिव ये विचार कर आपको मेरे प्रति पक्षपात करना चाहिए। सूत जी कहते हैं, इस प्रकार प्रार्थना और बारंबार नमस्कार करके उन्होंने उच्च स्वर से जय शंकर, जय शिव इत्यादि का घोष करते हुए शिव का स्तवन किया। फिर उनके मंत्र के जप और ध्यान में तत्पर हो गए। तत्पश्चात पुनः पूजन करके वे स्वामी के आगे नाचने लगे। उस समय उनका हृदय प्रेम से द्रवित हो रहा था। फिर उन्होंने शिव के संतोष के लिए गाल बजाकर अव्यक्त शब्द किया। उस समय भगवान शंकर उन पर बहुत प्रसन्न हुए और वह ज्योतिर्मय महेश्वर व मांगभूता पार्वती तथा पार्षद गणों के साथ शास्त्रोक्त निर्मल रूप धारण करके तत्काल वहां प्रकट हो गए। श्री राम की भक्ति से संतुष्ट होकर महेश्वर उनसे कहा, श्री राम तुम्हारा कल्याण हो, वर मांगो। उस समय उनका रूप देखकर वहां उपस्थित हुए सब लोग पवित्र हो गए। शिव धर्म परायण श्री राम जी ने स्वयं उनका पूजन किया। फिर भांति भांति की स्तुति एवं प्रणाम करके उन्होंने भगवान शिव से लंका में रावण के साथ होने वाले युद्ध में अपने लिए विजय की प्रार्थना की। तब राम भक्ति से प्रसन्न हुए महेश्वर ने कहा, महाराज तुम्हारी जय हो। भगवान शिव के दिए हुए विजय सूचक वर एवं युद्ध की आज्ञा को पाकर श्री राम ने नतमस्तक हो हाथ जोड़कर उनसे पुनः प्रार्थना की। श्री राम बोले, मेरे स्वामी शंकर, यदि आप संतुष्ट हैं तो जगत के लोगों को पवित्र करने तथा दूसरों की भलाई करने के लिए सदा यहाँ निवास करें। सूत जी कहते हैं, श्री राम के ऐसा कहने पर भगवान शिव वहां ज्योतिर्लिंग के रूप में स्थित हो गए। तीनों लोकों में रामेश्वर के नाम से उनकी प्रसिद्धि हुई। उनके प्रभाव से ही अपार समुद्र को अनायास पार करके श्री राम ने रावण आदि राक्षसों का शीघ्र ही संहार किया और अपनी प्रिया सीता को प्राप्त कर लिया। तब से इस भूतल पर सीता को रामेश्वर की अद्भुत महिमा का प्रसार हुआ। भगवान रामेश्वर सदा भोग और मोक्ष देने वाले तथा भक्तों की इच्छा पूर्ण करने वाले हैं। जो दिव्य गंगा जल से रामेश्वर शिव को भक्ति पूर्वक स्नान कराता है वह जीवन मुक्त ही है। इस संसार में देव दुर्लभ समस्त भोगों का उपभोग करके अंत में उत्तम ज्ञान पाकर वह निश्चय ही कैवल्य मोक्ष को प्राप्त कर लेता है। इस प्रकार मैंने तुम लोगों से भगवान शिव के रामेश्वर नामक दिव्य ज्योतिर्लिंग का वर्णन किया है, जो अपनी महिमा सुनने वाले के समस्त पापों का अपहरण करने वाला है। अध्याय 31।